Howdy everybody, David here for week number 41, October 10th through the 16th. So the first thing I want to do is thank everybody for sending me these nice emails on well wishes for the hurricane that hit us last week. I thank you guys, all of you. I've tried to get all of the response out, all the YouTube comments, the Facebook messages, the Twitter messages. Thank you guys so much. I totally appreciate it. It means a lot to me. So thank you guys. Everybody's good to go. Everybody's safe. And you know, you can always fix a roof. You can always fix a fence. You can always cut trees and take them out and have them taken away. But you just can't replace, you know, your loved ones and stuff. And everybody's safe. Everybody's good. And thanks again, everybody, for your well wishes. So let's go ahead and get going. Last week was not a very eventful week, and you know, I had a lot of stuff going on, but I failed to mention in my video last week that there was a potential hurricane barreling right towards us, and it hit, and you know, it was a very strong hurricane, and I've been here since 1977-78 when my parents got jobs at NASA for the shuttle program, and you know, I've been through Hurricane David, and I remember that was a pretty bad storm when I was a kid. And I've been through many other hurricanes, but this storm last weekend was definitely the strongest that I've ever been through, and it was pretty scary, even with your windows boarded up and wind still making it into your house, pushing it through the window. It was crazy. Man, it was really intense, especially towards when the sun started coming up and the wall of the hurricane grazed our town. Now, thankfully, it was that wall, because on the opposite side, that was the stronger wall of the eye that had like the 120-mile-an-hour winds, and that was out in the Atlantic at the time. So thankfully for us, we just happened to, you know, even though the wall hit us, it was the weaker of the two walls, and I'm telling you, it was still probably 80 to 100 miles an hour. So it was pretty crazy. I have a video up on YouTube you can check out with some footage. I actually almost get knocked over from the wind, so you can check it out. You can see the trees just whoosh, going back and forth, and the damage after when the sun came up. So, all right, guys, thanks again, appreciate it. So I had some Patreon changes last week. The Discord server was in like a beta test mode, and we were having problems with the current patrons being able to connect to the Discord server. So with a little bit of investigation and help from Zavia, all of the current patrons that do not have access to the Discord server, you can get access by going into your patron account settings and allowing, just scroll down. When you go into your settings, scroll down, go into authenticate or authorize Discord server, and then it will it'll start the startup process for you, and you'll be able to get in. So that was a problem we were having. The instructions from Patron weren't too clear about that. Actually, they weren't clear at all about that. So we had to find out how to do that on our own. So the server's up, server's running, all kinds of rooms, all of the patrons. You're more than welcome to come in anytime. And I'm also going to merge my TeamSpeak server into the Discord server as well. Instead of trying to be in two places at the same time, I'm just going to merge them into one. So the more the merrier. And plus, hey, you know, TeamSpeak, it's not free, and Discord's free as of now, but they're going to have other things coming out in the future. So, but anyways, you guys have access. All of the patrons, you guys can get into the server now. Not a problem. Like I said, account settings, and then authorize or authenticate your Discord server with your patron account. So, good to go. All right, so also, with the changes on Patreon, you guys know that I added a gold stipend, which is the old EXP system. So I'm having a programmer integrate some stuff into the website to where you're going to be able to, purchase songs while I'm streaming. You'll be able to do YouTube songs for XP. You'll be able to do emotes. You'll be able to purchase boons for the players, for the monsters, etc., etc. That is an interface that's being worked on now, and hopefully within the next couple of months will be on the website. But until then, still going to be doing lotteries and the giveaways and all that stuff for EXP. And all of my patrons, you are going to notice that all the levels are going to have stipends that you're going to get a reward every month. So at the beginning of every month, when the after patron is charged all of the patrons, then I will go ahead and start manually adding everybody's stipend. So I've put an email out to everybody through Patreon, and if you are a patron and you want to get your EXP or your gold stipend, you need to tell me via email or via comment on Patreon, whatever your Twitch channel name is, then I can go ahead and add you to the list, and I can manually give you your gold stipend every month. That'll help me out. And if you do not give me your name, then I can't give you your gold or XP. Sorry, I'm so used to saying EXP over the last 4 years. So I will eventually get that drilled into my head. I swear, if I have to manually drill it in. But anyways, get me your Twitch name, okay? Also, let's see, the straw poll, the one that I had last week. Very good straw poll, actually. Now, you'll see that the straw poll was, which game would you like to see the Digital Dungeon Master, yours truly, host live in the future? So, everyone has spoke, and it was very close, but Numenera is the winner. Believe it or not, Numenera slayed the giant. Numenera beat Dungeons & Dragons 5e. I figured for a sure toss D&D was going to run away with this, but Numenera, they beat Dungeons & Dragons 5e, so that will probably likely happen after Storm King's Thunder. So in probably about 3, 4, 5 months after we finish Storm King's Thunder, then we'll start getting into and dabbing our toes into the Numenera game. All right? So thank you guys for voting. 124 people voted. Although I would have liked to have seen a lot more people vote, Numenera still won with 31%, beating D&D 5e out by 2. Some other notables, Star Wars Edge of Empire, Force Destiny, they had 16 votes. Shadow of the Demon Lord had 8. And surprisingly, Dungeons & Dragons 4th Edition Essentials had 6 votes. And Dragon Age had 5. But I was really disappointed to see 13th Age, Savage Worlds, and Pathfinder get those, horrible amount of votes. I figured Pathfinder would have been up there too, but hey, Numenera, it spoke. So there you go. Congratulations. That's what we'll be doing in the future on probably Sundays, like I said. All right, so the next thing let's talk about is a new straw poll. And I'm going to run a new straw poll. It's going to be up there tonight, probably by about midnight or so. And the new straw poll is going to pretty much be worded like this. What kind of new content would you like to see on the Digital Dungeon Master website? And there are going to be 3 categories of things. The first thing that I'm going to put on there is sort of like a new thing that I have not done. And it's going to be community content, community articles. Would you guys like to be authors and put articles up on the Digital Dungeon Master articles page? Do you guys have a blog you want to write and tie in? Anything like that? I mean, of course, this is all going to be subject to approval by myself because I just don't want anything being up there talking about porn or anything else. So, obviously, it's going to be RPG related, and I think that would be pretty cool for the community to come together and start doing some articles. Why read everything I got to say? Let's read some stuff from what the other people in the community have to say. I'm all for that. That will probably get my vote. Secondly, do you guys want to see more players content? Do you want to see more races created for different games, not just 5e, but maybe for Fantasy Age or maybe Savage Worlds? Do you guys want to see more archetypes for D&D 5e made for players? I'm in agreement to that too. Do you want more Dungeon Masters content? Do you want, maybe some custom created 5e monsters? Maybe you want custom created converted 4th edition monsters to 5th edition. Hell, there's 7,000 monsters in books in 4th edition. Maybe we could convert those as a community. And we could create our own monster manual. I mean, we could do anything like that, guys. Why not? Next, do you want conversions from other games? Do you want a Pathfinder to 5e conversion? Do you want a Savage Worlds to 5e conversion? Do you want a 4th edition to 5th edition conversion? Do you guys want that kind of stuff on the DM's site? Can't do it all at once, but we can knock it out one at a time. So that's what the new straw poll is going to be involving. It's probably going to be up for about 2 or 3 weeks, and I'll let you guys vote on that. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is a new project that is going to be coinciding with the straw poll that we just had, where Numenera's won. You guys know that I do like Shadow the Demon Lords, and I spent quite a bit of time creating a Game Master's Codex and also a Player's Codex for Fantasy Grounds. Basically taking all 1,000 PDFs that game has, merging it in together to one house, and everything is viable and clickable. Well, I want to do that with Numenera as well. Seeing that, you guys want to see Numenera, a large amount of you actually, 30% of the voters, which is a large amount, want to see Numenera played. Numenera is a science fiction game with a splash of fantasy, and it has just enough fantasy to whet my taste buds, and that's what has really lured me in and what's really attracted me to Numenera. Plus, it's Monty Cook. I mean, Monty Cook kicks ass anyway, and who doesn't like Monty Cook? So, especially if you're a tabletop gamer like myself, you know that he's done a lot of works from the early days, TSR all the way up to present day with his Monty Cook game company. So, I'm going to be putting together a Game Master Codex and a Player's Codex, and I'm going to be streaming that stuff live, and you'll get notifications. So if you haven't followed, subscribe to the YouTube channel, because I'm going to be doing a lot of streams on YouTube in the future. And also, if you haven't followed the Twitch channel, do so. I'll be doing some over there as well. So I'm going to be going back and forth and looking at numbers and stuff. All right, so that's going to be a new project. I'm going to be building a Numenera Players and GM Codex. And plus, I want to take advantage of the free rule set that they have. If you get a standard license with Fantasy Grounds, you get a free rule set for Numenera. A full-blown monster sheet, full-blown character sheet, a working combat tracker, a awesome, piece of equipment file that you can, you could say that if it's weapons, armor, and the corresponding boxes will pop up for that. If it's a cipher, or if it's an artifact, or if it's an oddity, all of built-in macros on the character sheet. It's beautiful, and I want to take advantage of that. So I'm going to be building this player and GM codex for Numenera. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is something that is just kind of popped into my head before I turned on the video to start recording. And you guys know Zavia, all right? And Zavia does not know that I'm doing this. So you guys know Zavia. She's been an integral part of the community since I started streaming on Twitch 4 years ago plus. She's done a lot for me and a lot for the channel. She's created a lot of art. She's created a lot of maps. She's done a lot of promoting for the channel. And this is something that I can't thank her enough for. And she's, like I said, she's been a huge part of this since the beginning. And Zavia has if you guys don't know, and she's given out free tokens. She's a great artist, guys. And she's created a lot of tokens as giveaways for the channel. She created, Mick the Peddler. his Qualis apparatus of Qualish with his deep gnome on there. I mean, that's a beautiful token. You know, it's a huge token. She created that. She's created custom tokens for a lot of the players in the game, like Misty. She's created one for myself. She's done all her tokens, so she's a great artist. I asked her what she thought about Patreon a couple of weeks ago, and she's actually decided to start a Patreon page, and you know she really wants to get into art in the role-playing game genre or the industry, and her talent deserves to be in role-playing games. I mean, if you guys haven't seen any of her art, I want to show you guys some of her art now. This is just a simple map that she put together, and this is all hand-drawn, guys. These are not textures and stuff taking off of Google Images like a lot of the artists do. She hand draws all of this stuff. Everything is hand drawn when you get it from Zavia. I mean, look at the detail of the rocks, the windows. I mean, the light coming out of the fireplace, the shadows. You know, the dome has a glass dome, and here's the reflection of the glass dome. You know, she does amazing work, and she's going to be taking this to Patreon, which I'm ecstatic, and I was the first one to sign up on her new Patreon page. So you can check out her page at patreon.com/Zavia, Zovya, and get signed up. You know, she wants to see how this is going to work. She does amazing work, guys. As you can see, here's proof is in the pudding. She wants to do 4 to 5 maps a month, and they're going to be $1 a map. So this map is going to cost you $1. That is amazing. Now you can also do a $2 pledge where you'll get this in a daytime, probably a nighttime variant as well. So the $2 pledge is going to be a variant, and then also everything else will be independent pieces. Like you'll be able to move the altar, probably the dais here, the carpet. Everything will be individual things that you can move around too. That'll be in the $2 pledge. And I think she's got a $3 pledge as well that allows you to vote on what's going to be next or in the future. So check out her page. I'm really excited about this because I love these maps that she does. And these are always great maps that you can just always throw into an adventure to where, hey, you guys run into this small building, here it is. So she doesn't know that I'm doing this. I hope she doesn't get mad, but yeah, check it out, guys. She's not going to start doing this until she hits $20 a month in pledges. So get signed up. I'm going to put the link down below. Here's also some cartography that she's done. And guys, this is all hand-drawn. All hand-drawn. Everything is hand-drawn. She's made amazing artist. So let's help her out on her Patreon page, well, shall we? And who knows, maybe she might even do some kind of map like this to where you can place your islands and stuff wherever you want. I don't know. Maybe she might do it. That's something that you can, put in the comments thread on her page. So, all right, guys, there you go. Now, lastly, what's going to be going on this week? Now, this is a very busy week for me, guys, as my floating head kind of moves back over. This is a very, very, very busy week. And like I said, today I'm going to have the treasure chest coming out, and, it's now the sun's just going down, so I'm just getting into the house. Sorry, I'm a mess, guys. I'm all freaking sweaty from, cleaning up this, hurricane mess that I have. But by the end of the night, I'll have that new straw pole up. I'll also have the treasure chest up there. And I'll also have a feeler out for who's available for my patrons to reschedule that Friday game for maybe Wednesday or maybe Tuesday night. So I'll get all that stuff out. Tuesday and Wednesday are pretty much going to be damage control, finishing up, cleaning all this stuff. Also, I got to try to find a roof or two. I've got, now that a couple days have gone by, I've got a bunch of roof damage, and so now that's really worrisome. So, but we'll see. Yeah, I started having some water leaking in the kitchen and from the bathroom on the same side of the house. So the only thing I can think of is there was some damage to the roof and water's probably up there. So we'll see. But I got to get a roofer out here. I'm not a roofer. I'm a dungeon master. Damn it, Jim! I'm a dungeon master, not a roof contractor. So, but that'll be Tuesday and Wednesday. I'll also be working on my new Numenera project. Thursday, gonna get two things on Thursday. Thursday, early in the afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, I will be over on the Fantasy Grounds channel doing part 3 of the Campaign Creation for Beginners series. So if you're new to Fantasy Grounds, check out the Fantasy Grounds Twitch channel. Link is down below, and subscribe to that channel as well. Follow the channel, and you'll know whenever Fantasy Grounds goes live. And you'll see part 3, which this week I'll be showing how to hook up extensions for your campaign, and also how to do character importation and exporting and stuff like that. Next week we'll get more into the character creation aspect of it. Thursday night I'm going to be doing either a YouTube stream or a Twitch stream. I haven't decided yet. I may kind of dabble with the YouTube broadcasts a little bit. So if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, you may want to, because you will get a live notification on when I go live. And this week's topic is going to be all about Numenera. Seeing that the straw poll has reflected Numenera as the winner, I'm going to start creating content for Fantasy Grounds and Numenera, and I'm also going to show you guys live the awesome Numenera box set that came out a couple of years ago, and plus I'm going to show you all of the other books. I actually have 100% of the Numenera stuff, physical stuff, so we're going to go through that. I'm going to show you guys that, and plus we'll talk about a little bit of the mechanics of Numenera as well. So Friday, I've got the DDEX1 series, or the Tyranny of Dragons Adventure Leagues game. This is going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and we'll go till whenever, probably about 9 o'clock. So, and remember, last Friday's game I'm going to try to reschedule, hopefully Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe late Thursday night. I don't know. I'll just have to see when I can get the players there available to play. Then, as we roll into Saturday, another busy game, another busy day. It could either be the rescheduled, DDAL5 game, which was supposed to be last Friday for the patrons, or it could not be that. I don't know. But anyways, Saturday night I've got FG Con, and if you guys don't know what FG Con is, it's Fantasy Grounds Con, and Fantasy Grounds Con does 4 cons, 3 to 5 cons a year, and it's basically 3 days of 24-hour games. And it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, October 14th, 15th, and 16th. And you can go to fg-con.com and get signed up. You don't have to pay anything. You can just download the demo, and you can just join any of these games. But I ask you, if you join a game, please follow up, and please show up. Because that's a problem that they have on FG-Con. And if anybody in my community, if you guys sign up, please show up. All right. I even had a couple people not show up last time. Thankfully, we had enough to keep playing though. But it seems to be a big problem. But FG-Con is awesome, guys. There are games, D&D 5e, there's D&D 4e, there's tons of Savage Worlds games, there's all kinds of official Adventures League games, official Pathfinder Society stuff. Hell, there's even like a Star Wars I'm not a Star Wars, but a Savage Worlds Starsky and Hutch game. I would have loved to play it, but I couldn't sign up because I couldn't get that time free. So check it out, guys. Link will be down in the description below. And sign up for a game. It's not going to cost you anything. All right. And one last thing, if you have a standard license, and if you want to host a game for Fantasy Grounds Con, FG Con, you still have a couple of days to post your game up. So even if you have a standard license, your license will be upgraded for the weekend to Ultimate. So you'll be able to invite anybody in. They'll be able to play in your game. So that's something that Fantasy Grounds always does for the DMs. It's really nice that they do that. So, all right. So if you want to host a game, get over there. You got a couple days left to create a game. You got a couple days to sign up. Check out FG Con. There's 3 straight games of games. There's over 100 games. Any type of rule set you want to play, it's there. So there you go. That's on Saturday. And then Sunday, finally, I've got 2 games. My early game is at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That is the Storm King's Thunder continuation. We are on session 4, and they're still on Nightstone. They've met these really suspicious riders, these horse riders called the Seven Snakes. They're from the Zentrum, and we actually have a Zentrum member that was sleeping, and now this member will be back. So that could cause a little bit of strife in the party, because he is a member of the Zentrum. So we'll find out what happens next week, because these 7 snakes that are part of the Zentrum, they want to take Nightstone over. And now that the leader of Nightstone is dead, it's there. It's ripe and easy pickings. So are they going to be able to take it? Is the party going to stop them? We'll find out on Sunday, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they do. All right, so after that, that's 2 p.m. to about 5 p.m., maybe 6 p.m. And then Sunday night, we have the official Dungeons & Dragons Adventures League game, and we're in like session 12 on that already, 11 or 12, and we are chugging along in DDEX2, the Elemental Evil series. So, wow, pretty fun. Good stuff, guys. So, that's it for me, guys. Once again, I want to thank you guys for all of the emails and all of the well wishes and all that good stuff. I totally appreciate it. You guys rock. It really means a lot to me. Thank you, guys. And it's going to be a busy week, so follow the channels. Check out Zavia's new Patreon page. If you guys need anything, leave a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Why would you not want to subscribe to a beautiful, majestic beard like this? Anyways, stay subscribed. And until next time, I love you guys. And happy gaming, and I'll see you next week.